Hello there, Carlos Scarpero from Ross Mortgage and Military Mortgage Bootcamp. Here to give you some more tips about VA loans. Coming up January 1st, 2020, some new changes are coming to the VA home loans program, specifically a law signed by President Trump on June 26th called the Blue Water Navy Vietnam Veterans Act of 2019. So this was signed on June 26th, and then the VA clarified this on August 12th with a circular. That circular number is 26-19-23, which clarifies what the act, how the act is going to get implemented and what's going on. So there are several different pieces to the act. Most of these do relate to the VA mortgage loan program, and that's why I am discussing this today. And hopefully you can get some benefit from this and tell your friends about another reason why VA home loans are great. So the first part is medical coverage changes. And so this part doesn't actually have to do with the VA home loan program, but it's actually the reason it's called the Blue Water Navy Vietnam Veterans Act of 2019, which is one of the long names of the different programs. So this is originally because of some Agent Orange exposure that certain veterans that served in Vietnam were exposed to and were not getting medical coverage. Specifically, these were people that were serving in ships that were offshore and were not covered in previous laws. And so they had filed for some medical disability claims, and the VA reluctantly decided to pay that. But the problem is now they don't know where they're going to get that money from. And so they decided to make some changes to the home loans program, increase that profitability to pay those benefits. I'm not stating today whether that's right or wrong. That's just exactly how they did it. But luckily for us, there are some good changes to the program that will be beneficial because of this new law. So the first part of the VA portion of this is the changes to the maximum loan amount. This one is very, very important. Here in the Dayton area, it's not as important in other areas, but it's important nonetheless if you're getting over in the higher loan amounts. And so I have to back up a little bit. If you're getting a VA home loan right now, you are capped out a certain number. Right here in the Ohio area, it's high fours. It's currently 484, 350 is the number here in Ohio. If you live in other areas, it might be a little bit higher if you have higher real estate prices where you live. But right now, VA home loans for zero down, it's 484, 350. Now that doesn't mean you can't go over that. It just means that anything over and above this, you have to pay 25% of the difference as a down payment. So, for example, right now, under the current law, until January 1st, 2020, if you're buying a house that's $584,350, that difference, $100,000, you would need to bring 25% of that, or $25,000 as a down payment to closing. Coming January 1st, that no longer is a problem. You can buy that house for $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 and still get it at zero down. Pretty cool, right? It's an amazing program, and it's really beneficial for VA home loans. So this doesn't really mean a cap was changed. There's a lot of people saying, "Oh, the cap was raised." Well, there was no cap to start with. That's the press misleading you and misinforming you of exactly what the heck this means. It just means that zero down, the program has changed. Now, next part of this is for refinances. So if someone is getting a cash out refinance, if you want to get cash out refinance, then no problem. So for example, if you have a $500,000 loan on your house and you want to do 100% cash out, if you meet those guidelines, which there are certain guidelines that need to be met, then as of January 1st, you can do that, which is really nice. One part of the law that will not change is when someone is buying a home when they currently have a VA loan. So right now, under current law, if you have a VA home loan and you're buying a second VA home under the VA home loan, as long as the combined balance of the two is under that 484, 350 level or whatever it is in your area, then you can do that with zero down. Anything over and above that, you'll need to make a down payment, which is 25% of that difference. Under the new program, everything stays the same. There's no difference at all in that program. The third part of this law is that the VA funding fee is going to change. So currently, there are a couple different levels of VA funding fees. So for most people that are active duty or veterans that were previously active duty, it's 2.15% is the funding fee unless you're exempt. And then currently for reservists, it's actually 2.4. I don't know why there's two different levels. The VA decided that was unfair to have two different levels. And so they're changing that up, and everybody's going to be at 2.3% after this new law comes into effect. That's kind of bad news for certain people. I have a slight bump to have that. However, it is only for 2 years until January 1st, 2022, unless anything changes, which it very well might. And then it's going to go back down to where it's at now. But interestingly, reservists and the active duty people are all going to have that same rate of 2.15. There's not going to be a separate level for reservists anymore, which is kind of cool. And then after that, in October 2029, it's actually getting lowered again to a little bit below current levels. And that's what it's scheduled for. We'll see if that actually happens. So as you can see, there are some big changes in the VA home loan program. I hope you learned a lot from this video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at Scarpero, SCARPERO.com, or you can give me a call at 937-572-3713. Look forward to talking to you. Bye.